All right, welcome to the training today. We're calling it an invitation to discipleship because at some point, somewhere along the path of a relationship, when you find these opportunities and you're beginning to help someone grow, you're going to want to actually invite them into a discipleship relationship. And we're going to find that in just a minute once we get down here. But let's start off with the beginning, all right? You need to find the right person to disciple. Just a couple of videos ago, we did a video called Recognizing Receptivity, and that means recognizing when a person is actually going to be receptive to a discipleship relationship. We talked about the CLAY acronym, committed, looking, available, yielding. If you haven't seen that yet, go and check that out because that's going to help you to find the right person at the right time to disciple. So that's the first step, finding that right person. The second step is explaining discipleship to them. Now, to be a disciple of something means that you're learning from that something or learning to be that something. We are all disciples of Jesus Christ. That's the commitment that we made when we chose to follow Christ, is we became disciples of Jesus Christ. So when we have a discipleship relationship with someone else, we're helping them to grow to be like Christ, okay, to accomplish his mission in this world of going and making more disciples of Christ. Now, there's two important terms that you need to know here as well as you're explaining discipleship: mentor and apprentice. A mentor is someone who is discipling somebody else, all right? An apprentice is someone who is being discipled. In some way, we all have mentors in our life, and we all have apprentices in our life. And it's just being intentional about inviting someone into a relationship where you are purposely, intentionally mentoring them to become a disciple of Christ. So explain discipleship to the other person. Explain that it's not this big churchy idea, but it just means learning to be more like Jesus. Third thing is set a target goal, and this can be a skill or a skill set or a time for this discipleship relationship to happen, and you want a goal to work towards. So for instance, in Go Church, we have 4 different discipleship relationships. We have our D1, which we call birth. Birth is a 6-week goal with the or it's a 6-week time period. So you're saying, hey, we're going to meet together for 6 weeks, and over that time, we're going to help you learn what it means to accept Jesus Christ as Lord. So that's the goal in that relationship. D2, DNA, is also a 6-week relationship, and it's focused on helping someone integrate into the Go Church, become part of the life of the Go Church. D3 is focused on skills. It's not set on time. It's saying it's about becoming a disciple maker, and so here are the specific milestones or skills that every disciple maker has. And so the goal of that relationship is to help a person achieve those milestones. D4 is focused on leadership, and that's a 1-year time commitment, and there are a whole slew of leadership skills that we're hoping to help people gain in that time. So when you sit down with someone, when you invite them into a discipleship relationship, let them know, hey, I'd like to meet together with you for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 weeks, a year. And over the course of that time, I would like to help you do this, all right? Be very clear about the expectations, because one of the things that often happens when we're not intentional here is we just have these relationships that go on, and they don't really accomplish anything. They don't really accomplish anything, okay? So the fourth thing is give an assignment. And yeah, we're going to say give an assignment right off the bat. Now look at, if the person is committed, looking, available, yielding, then when you give an assignment, they're going to respond to that. And assignments look like a whole bunch of different things. Now, if you're using one of our discipleship relationships right here, our D1, D2, D3, or D4, they have built-in assignments. But an assignment could be like, hey, this week I want you to read the book of James. Or, hey, we're going to be reading this book together, I don't know, Crazy Love. And I want you to read chapter 1 of Crazy Love and come back ready to talk about what that means and how that's shaping your life. So set an assignment because you want to know that this person is going to be receptive to an actual discipleship relationship. So make sure you set that assignment, set your expectations clear right at the beginning so that next time when you get together you can see, hey, is this person actually willing to learn, willing to be shaped? The Final thing is this: a general rule of thumb for discipleship is you can only help people grow as far as you have grown. So that means that if you're looking up here and we're talking about D1 birth, D2 DNA, D3 disciple making, D4 leadership. If you're operating at a DNA level, then you probably aren't going to operate. You aren't going to lead someone in a D3 relationship. That makes sense, right? So you need to be looking for ways that you can get mentored as well. We're never done learning to be more like Jesus. We're never done with that growth process in our life, that growth path. And so you need to be recognizing where you are, D1, D2, D3, D4. And if you're operating on a D2 level, you need to be looking for someone who can mentor you at the D3 level. If you're at the D3 level, then maybe it's time to look for a mentor for D4. So you constantly need to be looking for ways that you can get mentored to be more like Jesus as you disciple others to be more like Jesus. That's it. Start inviting some people into discipleship relationships by finding the right person, explaining discipleship to them, setting some target goals, getting out an assignment, and then getting mentored yourself.